Greetings, fellow beings. We're live. It is a throwdown, thunderous Thursday with all kinds of great shows out there in the world, and I am so happy to be here with you. I've changed the setup for the audio, so hopefully you can hear me, and we've got a lot to talk about today. I think we've got 16 stories in all, plus a little bit of bonus time. I hope you're ready. Here we go. All right, let's get to it, shall we? We got a lot going on. Well, let's say hi to each and every one of you if we can. Got a lot of you out there, a lot of you with the lovely gifties. We got Weatherman over on the green machine. We got Liberty Hall's cat. O.C. Dobbins joins us this morning. Good morning. Jill is in the house, wrenching away. We've got our pal Tom F. in the chat and nearsighted Cyclops as well. Miss Pico Cafe is going to work over on the green machine, and thank you very much. Ruby Hoove gifts a Culture Casino membership. Thank you so very much for the generosity. And we've got lots of members coming in, courtesy of all of you. Liberty Hall's cat with another Culture Casino membership. Holy cow. Q2 Cast TV is in the house, and so is SFX F314 Sabretooth Raptor. Got a couple other folks who try to sneak in. Let's see. Lord Thunder, hope you're doing well today. We've got Juliet. Good day, Juliet. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. And we've got, of course, the amazing Judicon. That's right. Let's get into the show. We got lots to get through. Lots. Yeah, a little brighter thumbnail today. That's right. We've got, let's see. I saw some other people. Oh, there he is. Mark Fields is in the house. Hello, beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. There we go. Good morning. Look at y'all. We got BMO Beta hanging out. I've been missing you, my friend. BMO Beta in the green machine. Who else we got out there? Al Humphreys is checking in. I imagine he'll be over on Mr. H for the H-Cast later today. Coming up in just a few hours right after That Park Place Live. And that is where you will be going next if you just stick around. The Automagic Redirect. By the way, for those of you who saw today's video, thank you. If you haven't yet, check it out after today's show. I think you will like it. We got Hoove. Good morning, Hoove. Hope you're doing well. Hail to this on Thursday. Appropriately, we are forecasted to have scattered thunderstorms. Yeah, that's always fun. Makes sense, though, on a Thursday. Gotta thunder and rock and roll. Penny. Hope you're doing well today, dear Dr. Megatron. Let's see who else is in the house. We got OCDD93. Good morning. And, of course, the Red Dawn Batman. What's up? Got 90 of in the house. We got Dave G. Sound. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. And Mackenzie Wolf. Morning. Good morning, Mackenzie. Thanks for being here. The man, the myth, the legend, Captain Fandom Nerd. Hello. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. We've got Carl Singh. Good morning. Good morning to you, Carl. Good morning to you. The lovely Janet Z. Morning, Cece. Good to see you. Quizzible the Rainbow Knight. Hello. We've got Jim Watari in the house. Good to see you, Jim. Been a minute. I'm glad you could be here live today. By the way, if you're watching on the replay, put in the comments down below, replay gang. Oh, and let me know how many views were on the replay when you saw it. Lee Kindler. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well out there. Kid with one shoe. What's up? What's up? We got a few other folks rolling in the door. Like the amazing Canadian himself, Randall Orser. How is it up there in Canada? Hopefully it's good. We got M&M Fish out there. We got some really weird stories today to cover, too. Ups and downs. Today's a roller coaster, folks. The stock market. Talk about that, too. Donovan Bradford. Hope you're doing well. And, of course, we got our good pal, The Pickles. What's up, LDG? What's up? You're streaming Bird of Prey's memorial services at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. Hopefully people will be able to see that. You are a good man, LDG. You're a good man. Davina Duckworth, good morning to you and the Bad Cap. It's been a minute. I hope things are going well. Let me know if you need something, sir. On that note, let's get into the show. Here's the countdown. Lombardi. The Rosketeer. I love that. Good morning. Jonathan Conroy. How you doing? Who else we got out there? We got more people like Phoenix Knight. What's up? Welcome in, Cindy Fall. Thanks for dropping in. We got the animation critic in the house. And our good friend Jeff Pearson. Low Spec Linux Laptop. And Low Spec Linux Gaming. That's right. All right, folks. Let's get into it. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. 16 stories in all, across the entire broad spectrum of everything that's out there in the world, plus a little bit of bonus time. We've got, we're going to talk more about this story right here on bonus time, because there's more to it. We've got some coverage coming in from that Park Place, and I want to get to the story in detail. So let's just cover it quickly and talk about the fact that, why is she doing this? You have to understand there, Mrs. Amandla Stenberg. The Acolyte was not canceled. It wasn't a huge shock. It wouldn't have been for anybody because there were no views. Viewership drives things. You can have a ton of people that hate something, but if you get the numbers you need for viewership, you wouldn't be canceled. You go on for years and years. I hate certain shows. Never will watch them, but they still exist. They still go on. All you need is views. You're maybe too young to understand that, or just completely ignorant. I don't know which it is, and it doesn't really matter. But I will tell you, you just don't understand the rules of business, and we'll get into it more later. Let's jump into the fact that Beetlejuice reviews aren't looking too hot, which worries me because I'm going to see this film next weekend to do a review for you. In fact, I'm going to see Reagan today to do a review for you. So I'm going to give you an idea what I think of this film, but I'm not liking the fact that basically it's hanging its hat on fan service. Now, it is a low-tech sequel, which means there's not a lot of extra effects added. It's mostly practical. So maybe that's what the modern reviewers are reacting to, but I'll give you a fair review next weekend. We got Rings of Power getting terrible reviews. It's a boring slog in a lifeless season 2. This is from Variety. This is from a trade mag that's basically wholly owned by the virus, right? It's totally owned by the particular ideology that goes one direction. And let me tell you, they don't like it. It ain't gonna be good. The Crow wasn't good, and the original director of the film, not the remake, but the original, the OG, basically came out and spoke his piece. And you know what? He's right. It was a cynical cash grab, absolutely brutal, and not worth the $25 million that Lionsgate paid to acquire it. Well, actually, technically, I guess they picked it up for $10 million and put $15 million into advertising. And there are like 9 production companies that were involved in this. If you want more details on how bad this is, I'm sure we'll talk about it on the HCast, your favorite afternoon, evening podcast later today. Mattel is looking like they're going to shut down their television division. I don't know why they had a television division. They just need somebody to manage the IP over there. But this is the head of Mattel Television Studios. And they're in financial trouble as it is, not reporting just great numbers and very unimpressive earnings, by the way. Asian content is starting to dwindle away. The Peak TV, where we needed so much content all at once for all these streaming services, isn't buying as much. Many traditional TV drama producers are struggling to compete because there's, well, less people clamoring for it. You see, these streaming services aren't really doing what they're supposed to do, which is make money and or keep people interested, and they thought Asia would help them out, and they did for a time, but not so much anymore. Barry Keoghan is joining Cillian Murphy for a Peaky Blinders movie at Netflix, so there will be more Peaky Blinders. We've got Deadpool and Wolverine set to rule the weekend once more. That's right, this Labor Day weekend is pretty desolate. That's why I'm going to see Reagan. And City of Dreams, which is going to be a very depressing film about, well, if you take Sound of Freedom and you turn the volume up to like 19, that's kind of what City of Dreams is. So I'll let you know how that one is too. Yelp is suing Google. You knew it had to happen, as my friend Lou, the ghost of, or Lou Wasserman's ghost, I should say, LW Ghost, as he would say, the other shoe is dropped. This is the kind of stuff that's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of tech companies suing Google. I wonder why. Monopoly. Nvidia slips, even though they hit and achieved well over the Wall Street estimates. They still slip somehow. That's odd. I don't know how long that'll last, but a little dip. If you're paying attention, no market advice here other than, losses for big tech companies are leading Wall Street lower. Not sure what's happening, but it's happening, and tech is not doing as well. And a lot of these tech companies are in for some real scrutiny soon. By the way, EVs are getting another knock against their reputation, as the I-Pace Jaguars are basically the manufacturer saying park them outside because, fire. Okay, that sounds great. Best Buy returns another drop in quarterly sales. And the headline here is ridiculous. Shoppers remain cautious about gadget spending. No, it's like you have one of these, you don't need more of these. I think the American consumer is done paying more for less. Supermicro Computer is tumbling 25% on 10K reporting delay, which means they didn't get their earnings out in time. They're also being accused of accounting irregularities and all kinds of other unsavory stuff. Don't do that, folks. You will kill your company. Oh, by the way, German politics are going back to slightly more conservative, it seems. Okay, that was an exaggeration. Incredibly conservative now, whereas they have a conservative party and then they have another party that's even more conservative. Watch out. And our final story will happen in bonus time as usual, because guess what? It's a bear story. But I am out of time. I'm not out of content, and I'm not out of here. I want to hang out with you. Stick around for bonus time, everybody. Coming right up now. See, I told you right now. And there you are. You're all over there. Woo! That was fun. And you guys were dropping memberships and super chats and the whole nine. So let's get to the bear story immediately. And I just want to say welcome, everybody. It's good to see you all. We were cooking today. There was a very sad bear on a rock. He was really sad. He was really hungry, apparently. This little bear here was rescued. He's not all that old. His name is Spruce Bear. And he's been rescued at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, where they've had a lot of bear incidents recently. I guess they're having difficulties foraging for food. So, the Appalachian Bear Rescue took in another bear Wednesday after calls on this small bear sitting on a rock came in. Very, very malnourished. He's on a deworming regimen. He had some cuts on his gums where his teeth were. And he had some dental work done, and he's now been released to the rescue group to recover and become a nice, healthy bear. He did have quite a bit of work done to him at the veterinary medicine clinic at the Tennessee College. But I have a feeling he'll be just fine. But yeah, sad little guy. When I say little, even at this size, they're pretty big. But yeah, they took in an under 1 year old, but this is a yearling, a little over a year old. They said 17 months, but I still think it's probably younger. But yeah, so wonderful dentistry work done on him, I guess, with some stitches and everything else. So you got to appreciate the profession, let me tell you. But I couldn't miss without this cute little bear story. So there's that. Sound good, guys? Are we good? Because I changed the audio setup. Appalachie? You guys want me to say Appalachie? All right, fair enough. We've got lots of generosity in the chat today, of course. Every time you guys do this, it blows my mind. I am so very grateful to each and every one of you contributing to the financials of this channel. You're amazing. Who've dropped a membership as we got going this morning? Lisa's here with one of my favorite super stickers, little Shiba dog rocking back and forth. And as I used to say, farting hearts, but I just say, shaking out hearts. Yeah. Speaking of which, we've got Staccato DDS with more generosity. My goodness, Staccato, thank you for the amazing support. 20 20 Culture Casino memberships. That is so appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. Your support, I'm going to say it every day. Your support on all of our channels is extraordinary. And just know we all appreciate you. So, 20 people, including our pal Lethal Lightning, who has a great channel over there, getting a membership. So good on you. By the way, 25K membership stream is the Saturday afternoon following the Real McCoy's podcast with Mephisto. He and I will be covering my favorite movie, the underappreciated Showgirls. That's right. Of course, you all know that's somewhat tongue in cheek, but I do, for whatever reason, I have that guilty pleasure movie, and not for the reasons that you think that I'm male, but because I just think it's underappreciated. It was an interesting story told in a very odd way by probably a cast that was poorly chosen. But there's a lot of gold in it, and there's a heart of gold in it. You just have to look for it. So we're going to talk about that. But the 25K stream is coming up. I think it is 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Hobo Gandalf will be there beginning to end. No matter how hot it is to wear that costume, I'm going to tell you right now, is hot. And of course, the Hobo Gandalf action figure made an appearance, courtesy of Toxic Man Flu. Pictures are out across the internet, and the very talented Andy Masterson outdid himself this time. All the jokes are there, and I'm here for it. So I want to say thanks to all of you. You are incredible. You are incredible. And once again, thank you to Staccato DDS and Cyrano 2960 for gifting another Culture Casino membership. We have had an speaking words today. We've had an extraordinary amount of generosity. I think we need a little cheddar. What do you guys think? We need some cheddar? I think we do.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys, yeah.
I want to say thanks for all the gifties. We got a lot of gifties today. Why did I do that? I'm doing silly things in the backstage. There we go. All right. Look, this Stenberg story, I don't get. That Park Place dropped a pretty good take on this, and I think that we should probably go through that real quick. I have to tell you that going after people because you had something that didn't work out, it doesn't work because nobody's going to buy into your excuses. The show failed because nobody watched it. It didn't have an audience when they were making it. They didn't have an audience after they made it, and it won't have an audience in the future. And if this thing gets willowed, which it certainly deserves, nothing will be lost. And I want to say to those of you watching on X, thank you for that. I just saw you. So there we go. We got a lot out there to talk about, but I really do want to focus on this story. So I'm going to grab it and put the layer up in front of myself. These stories coming from John are gold right now, just considering the fact that he gets so much information so quickly. So Amandla Stenberg confirms the Acolyte is canceled and proceeds to blame a rampage of hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol. Wow. Okay, well, she knows big words, but she doesn't understand business. Let's say it that way. Although those aren't terribly big words. Amandla, the actress who played May and Osha in The Acolyte, confirmed that the show was canceled and then proceeded to blame a rampage of hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol for why the show was canceled. Again, this is such a degree of ignorance that it's almost embarrassing. And I kind of feel bad for her because I think when people aren't exposed to the world and they just kind of fall into these situations, especially Hollywood kids coming from, let's use their language, privilege, they just find themselves in a poor situation. She really goes at it. She did upload this to the Instagram story, which means what she doesn't realize is that's going to get all the way to Twitter and everywhere else. So, people are using it in videos now and everything, all of that kind of thing. Maybe that's the point. Maybe she wants that attention, but I think some of these people are going to start realizing it's all bad attention. It's all bad attention, and victimhood culture, as Bimo Betta says, victimhood culture is actually, deteriorating the minds of some people, but at the same time, it's also being widely rejected now. I did a story today, a video today. I wish I could have improved the visuals, but it is what it is. But the that story is basically Disney doubling down on the stuff that's not been working and reinvesting money into a position that should be eliminated from every corporation. And again, I'm speaking about DEI officers and such. But if you look at this, she's like, our Star Wars show has been canceled. I'm going to be transparent and say it's not a huge shock for me. Of course. That's why you were sending out a diss track to everybody of, the discourse, right? Yeah, that was bright. Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality. There you go. But for those who aren't aware, there's been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept and no one even had seen it. That's when we started experiencing a rampage of hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language towards us. Next, she said, and this really affected me when I first got the job, because it's not something, even though I anticipate it happening, it's not something you can fully understand what it feels like until it's happening to you. Well, you signed up for a divisive show made by a divisive person, now made by a divisive company to, divide people. So, yeah. Because whether or not you want to, see it that way, the company, the show, and everything else worked off of a system of putting everybody in their own box. At the same time as claiming not to want to lean into stereotypes, you lean into stereotypes. That's what that segregation is about. Then you get called on the carpet for being nothing more than a political show. Well, the story wasn't good. You could tell that it was awful. Character motivations changed sometimes in the middle of scenes, and not for any reason at all that was, available for the viewer to figure out. And look, you just murdered all my friends. Now let's have a romantic relationship thing. That made the most nonsense I think I've ever seen. Anyway, continuing. However, I feel like I've kind of moved through those feelings in various ways, including being vocal about it myself. For me, it just became a situation where there's no option but for me to honor my sense of ethics. You don't have any. And my belief system and my value system, which I question while being in this very unique position. So she goes on, and if you've watched the video, it just kind of falls apart. At least she does say something nice to the people who supported this mess, which weren't many. And I just want to let those people know who are out there who supported us in that way, and supported us vocally in the face of all of the vitriol that we received. She likes the word vitriol, doesn't she? It's like her new vocabulary word. And the kind of targeted attack, try again, I would say we received by the, oh my gosh, the alt-right. No, see, they use words like this because people who disagree with me, and call out my ideas as being poor, or our ideas as being poor, or our show as being poor. If you don't agree with me, you're a whole laundry list of words. Because, look, the hyperbole they tie to these things has really made all of these things that they're calling people worthless. I mean, there's less impact now than there was when you didn't use this word every day to call out people because they disagree. Anyway, I'll continue on. Just that you were deeply loved and appreciated, and it made this job all the worthwhile for me. All the worthwhile for me? Okay. All the more worthwhile for me, maybe? I don't know. And it made all of the challenging elements of it completely worthwhile. Plus, my love for sci-fi and fantasy, and being able to be part of the legacy of something that is so deeply valuable maybe, and something that means so much to me that I've looked up to for so long. Okay. Well, at least she made a positive statement there. And of course, she thanked everybody she worked for. And she cursed, of course. Yeah. And let's see. Oh, word salad time. But maybe the last thing I want to say on the subject is that we all exist in the context in all of which we live. Wow. This article goes on a ways. I would definitely read it. John's doing fantastic work over at That Park Place. But I thought, to add broader context to everything, I would take her actual words rather than go off of an article through a trade that's definitely compromised by messaging. Look, ad hominem attacks, which is what the victims here, because they claim victimhood, like Amandla Stenberg, go to, means you've lost the argument, the conversation. You have nothing to offer the theater of ideas. And I think that that's something that's happening more and more frequently. Let's see what you think in the chat as we get back to all of you who are just crushing it. I'm watching the chat go. It's fantastic. Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't try to repeat my sound effect there. It's crazy. Hey, Cynthia, good to see you. A friend who has liked a lot of Disney Star Wars stuff and who wanted to like it told me that it didn't end in a way that made sense and it wasn't as polished as she expected given the budget. Failed show. Yeah. I have friends who like this stuff for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I should question them. No, I'm just kidding. But look, I mean, like what you like, love what you love. I'm not here to yuck people's yum. I'm just here to take some reality and throw it back at somebody like Amandla because her show wasn't good. Her show wasn't needed. Her show didn't have an audience from the beginning. The question that you need to start with when you make anything, if you're in the business of providing goods and services or entertainment products or whatever, is who is this for? What's our audience? What's our target audience? Well, if you say the magic words in Hollywood of modern audience, great. Who are those people though? Who are they? Because they're such a fractionally small group of people, they don't seem to materialize for anything. And the only reason that you're able to get away with making subpar material like the show, like The Acolyte, is because it's attached to a classic and built-up IP that has a built-in fan base, or used to. We're starting to see now that Disney may have throttled the brands so much, Star Wars and Marvel and everything else, that people aren't committed to those properties anymore. What more does Disney have to ruin? I mean, they're going through their animated things and ruining them one at a time with these live action remakes that really are a lot of CGI. So how much live action really? Oh, also made on moving digitally projected sound stages, which again, not reality. At least when you see a movie like Alien Romulus, you have practical effects. When you see Beetlejuice, you have practical effects. I think the storytelling element in film and television has disappeared. And I think if you're going to spend $180 million on 10 episodes or 8 episodes or whatever this was, I don't even remember anymore. That's how unimpressive the show was. I think it's 10. You're spending way too much. Although I guess maybe it was 8. I think it was 8. It doesn't matter. It's just too much money. $180 million. You can make a couple of the original Iron Man films. You make a whole bunch of Godzilla -1s. So there's that. Evil ramen. Yeah. Yeah. She has to be smart. She's an actress. No. This is why you shouldn't listen to celebrities, right? I would tell you, don't even, obviously I love and appreciate you guys being here, but, if I say something, double check me on it. I don't care. Sometimes I'm wrong, and I like being corrected because it teaches me something. If you're not accepting, or if you're not engaged in learning all the time, how are you going to grow? That's the problem. Humanity is no longer growing. I don't know that we're evolving anymore. There have been some films recently that talk about that. I don't know that we've moved forward in any way. What do you guys think? Isn't vitriol a double score word? Well, I know that if you get it on the right tile, that V is very important. So there's that. Thank you, awesome one. Theliato, how you doing today? Good to see you. Oh, by the way, one of the biggest movie piracy entities got shut down in Hanoi. I think it's called F Movies. Not in a bad way, but I think they got shut down. So there's that. Hey, Fresh Snow is here. Word salad. That's right. Yep. You get a lot of helpings of word salad these days in media. Sometimes several during the course of a interview or speech. I saw Erica here. Good to see you. I don't think it means what you think it means. Discourse and disagreements used to be acceptable because they stirred up discourse and kept it on people's minds. Even all of the social media discourse didn't get people interested in the show. Yeah, it's not. So the flawed logic of something like parrot analytics, or even some of the things that Disney adheres to on this McKinsey garbage, which we'll have to talk about it like some video, I'm sure. But you aren't getting the kind of attention that's going to lead people to do something about whatever it is you want them to, or if you want them to see a movie. If you're getting negative attention, that's negative for the movie. That's why now you're seeing companies recognize that there is bad publicity. You know, that's why you have them, going after reviews. Well, yeah. Mostly they're coming after regular people with that. They're not coming after me. I offer up opinions on the internet all day long, which I can do. But when it comes to video games and film and television, if people get a preview of what you're doing, they understand the game that's being played, and they know, because you've said the words modern audience, what they're likely going to get based on what they've seen and what you said. They're going to make judgments based on that. There is negative attention. That's why leaning into all this ideological garbage is basically a death knell almost every time when, it's driven into a product, a company, whatever. In the video today that I released, we're talking about the companies that are running away from this stuff, or supposedly, because most of them are just changing the name and not their aim or goal. They're just changing the name of things. Activision Blizzard, we exposed already. You should check that out over on That Game Place. And I did a video on it earlier this week here as well. But or I guess maybe it was last week. Regardless, when you look at the world in that way, you parrot analytics makes no sense. Some of these companies make sense. Go out there and make these claims that divide people, put them in boxes, create stereotypes, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to drive people away from the very thing you're trying to bring into society. Social engineering is going to fail. People are now more and more awake to it. They're a little more hip. Germany has now, a lot of things going on that is the pushback to that. Is it as extreme as the late 30s and the 40s? No. But, I mean, you have the ideology of all of that being employed here. I mean, that's what this Klaus guy is doing, And you cannot believe that has any influence on this, but of course it does. And you've got countries now looking to actually call George Soros an international terrorist. And I just said the wrong word on YouTube. So bye-bye monetization. Anyway, yeah, it is what it is. Sci-Fi for Me TV says, I watched the video, 8 minutes of words without saying anything. Yeah, she does do a lot of that. But that's the point, right? Is like we were talking on That Game Place Live yesterday, and I was talking to John Trent on the show saying, this is what they do. This is a playbook we could just follow. Just like literally, we could just set up a checklist of the various things in the playbook that are going to be done. Preemptively call your audience racist. Check. Preemptively attack all the rest of your fans. Check. Claim that you were review bombed. Check. I mean, it's just that whole thing. But returning to the corporations I was talking about, you have big companies that are turning around on this. Not Disney. The writing was on the wall for all of this stuff, a couple, 3 years ago, right? right about the time that people stopped believing journalists from the mainstream media. Although I haven't been believing the mainstream in a long time, but some people still did. And then they were slowly waking up to the reality of it all. There you are. But entertainment requires entertaining your customer, not attacking them. You can engage their minds and have them think a different way if you do a good job in whatever you're presenting, right? I don't know. Why would you move forward on something that now is trending the wrong way? As I said in the video today, Disney is going the wrong direction. And hiding it's not going to work either. I mean, Jack Daniels, Harley Davidson, Lowe's, and others that are trying to turn it around, they're lying. Everybody knows they're lying. I mean, again, the world was full of organic diversity forever, and we just weren't doing it fast enough to destabilize society, which is what they're trying to do. Well, you can observe that for yourself. Regardless, we've got lots of people here I want to say hi to, like Keto Simple. Good to see you. Liberty Hall's asked me a weird question. What is your favorite dessert? Pecan pie here. The ammo bars? Probably. Although if my grandma were still alive, it would probably be this pudding cake that she used to make. I don't really eat a lot of sweets. I'm not a sweets guy. I never have been. Yeah, she pronounces vitriol differently. Yeah. Well, I pronounce words differently, so there's that. Oh, wop wop. I see lots of people in the chat. Thank you for being here. Larry Wells, she sounds like a young person parodying what they think they're supposed to say. Exactly. Well, and this is the problem, right? Are the kids being educated in school? No. I mean, they're being indoctrinated in school. They're being taught what to think, not how to think. There's no critical thinking involved in her statements. She didn't reflect upon the words that she said. And it's almost like she was reading off a script. So there's that. And again, word salad. I'm sick and tired of word salad. Maybe you guys have observed, but sometimes when I'm on a stream, I don't say anything for an extremely long period of time. Mostly because I'm listening. But I mean, sometimes I get interrupted, but that's fine. Just kidding. But you need to listen to the conversation to understand. And if you have something to offer, that's when you speak. If you don't have something to offer, don't speak. Or if you're asked if you have something to offer, go from there. But sometimes it's okay for silence. Silence is okay. Silence is a good time to sit, listen, and reflect. Take in the information that's being thrown at you and, accept it or reject it as you will. But there's no listening skills. There's no attention span. There's no critical thinking at all. None of these young people can problem solve. Problem solving is, ask any business leader, ask any doctor, any high-end profession, ask them what one of the most important skills that they have. Problem solving. They come across something, they think quickly about how to resolve it, and they mitigate an uncertain outcome and replace it with one that's more on the positive side. I mean, imagine being a trauma surgeon or something like that. That is active problem solving. How many people in the future are we going to trust coming out of some of these medical schools, these Ivy League schools that are being reduced to rubble because of this social engineering doctrine that they're preaching, and not the merit and the actual skills that are required to do some of these high-end professions? I'm kind of scared. Used to have one of the most sought after medical places in the world here in the United States. We provided services nobody else could do. We had highly skilled people. People came from around the world to go to medical school here and to set up practice here because that's where we were doing the things. We're not doing the things anymore. There's not innovation now because they stopped educating people. Anyway, man, I've been ranty this morning. Sorry about that. Yeah, they're brainwashed to believe they're the majority. No, they're an extreme minority. They just have very loud voices that, because of who owns the media, you get to hear nonstop. It's almost like, and I would hate to suggest this to Elon, but you should probably just deboost anybody who is a celebrity, and you should probably deboost news, mainstream media news, because they're just, they lie, Elon. They lie about you all the time. If I do not want to live in a world where some Brazilian whack job judge can shut things down because he doesn't like what you say or he disagrees with facts. How do you disagree with facts? I don't know. Look at you guys in the chat. You were so on fire. All right, I'm going to stop. Whew. Yeah, so we've got Saturday's stream. I'm going to actually set up right when we finish this show. I'm going to start working on the Mr. H Stingers. That Park Place Live is coming up here in 40 minutes. And I know Jonas is going to run a tight ship. It's going to be a great show. Lots of good stuff. Lots of positive things are happening today. I hope you do check out That Park Place Live. It's always fun. And I hope you do check out the HCast. And then I will be headed to get an oil change. It's my month of vehicle service, so I just go and get all the cars taken care of. And normally I would do it myself, but there are multiple cars that need it, and I have no time now because I'm trying to do stuff here for you guys. But I'll be going to see the Reagan film, and then I'll be talking about it. I'll try and get a review up. So there's that. What else is happening today? Tom will probably have Mead, Midnight's Edge After Dark. Loki had a great stream this morning. If you got to check Loki's Mornings of Mischief with Tony Stark. It's interesting. Six anime pirate sites were also shut down. Yeah, they're really trying to get rid of the ability to exchange media. Because, look, it's not always movies and television that gets exchanged in there. So. We need to be unburdened from word salad, and it needs to happen soon. Yeah, I actually said something like that in the video I did today. Wop wop. Yep, that's right. Thank you, Vernon. Yeah, that's what it was. That was the site right there with the middle finger. Probably should have put that up. I'm saving up my bigot bucks. Thank you for that, BMO Beta. Y'all are on fire in Rumble today. I can't even see I normally I can see the Twitter chat, but I'm not seeing it right now. I hope I wasn't too ranty, guys. I apologize. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a celebrity like the guy that stands in line with you at the airline counter. I'm the guy that gets on I'm a guy that rents a car based on need, not on how it looks. I'm the guy that does his own work with his own hands on building things. I'm not a celebrity. I think Morgan King keeps trying to get me to do strange things. I don't know about that. I heard Star Wars The Clone Wars, the show on Cartoon Network, was pretty good. Have you seen it? I've seen some episodes of The Clone Wars. I don't remember it being on Cartoon Network, but I don't get into that kind of animation style, let's say. So to me, it was like visual. The laser whip was terrible. Yeah, it's kind. It was just like it was a bug zapper. They turned the lightsaber into a bug zapper. Really dumb. And again, that had to be an interpersonal relationship thing between Leslie and her wife. who the green lady was. She is not an actress, I can tell you that. JP's like, I don't know. I think Disney's doing great. Yes. We're watching entertainment companies start to shrink, aren't we? In real time. And they're devaluing themselves in the marketplace. It's wild. Trigonometry has a good interview with a social psychologist on how tech is destroying civilization. Yeah. They need to put some things in place that are a little more aggressive about how they warn you about how much you're consuming. Sugar is poison. Yep. Well, refined sugar, real cane sugar, minimally processed. I don't know. Seems to be pretty good. That's the refined, small granulated stuff that is no bueno. Fresh no. Her manager lawyer probably wrote it for us. Probably. And Miss Pico Cafe, you are correct. Listening is a lost art. Do you know why? Do you know why I enjoy this so much? It's because we have a conversation, whether it be in the chat or you're doing it in amongst yourselves or whatever. You're engaged. This is an engaged conversation. You know, it's one of the reasons why YouTube is going to eventually, dominate everything, if it isn't already. So, right? You aren't throwing your friends under the bus now, are you? What friends? Oh, of course, I would never do that. I love everybody. You know that I'm always devastated when something happens to one of my friends' channels. I talk about it, make sure we try to rally around Jay. We did. Jay got his monetization back. Jay's one of the best of us, man. You know, I've made lifelong friends here that I value, and I've got incredible support from you all. Nah, I won't throw you under the bus. Hey, Max here. Mac's been doing such great work lately. Holy cow. The woke echo chambers using her as its megaphone. Well, it's not. Well, Mac, I'm sure you realize, and I think we would agree, it's not working. Keep doing your research, my friend. You're really helping us out, and you're really getting the message out, which, that's amazing. And then, of course, we cover what you're doing, and poof, things go good. Everybody already thinks you're a fool. Don't open your mouth and prove them right. There you go. Somebody asked for a bear story, please. I already gave it to you. We rescued a little bear, a little sad bear on a rock. Hey, John, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're having a lovely afternoon. Hope to see you checking out the HCast later today. Let's see. Deboost socialism. That's actually, yeah, it's spot on. I said a lot of things that, it is what it is. Hey, what's up, Cam? Good to see you. I'm glad you caught up. And Alyssa, 1225, news equals snooze. That's right. Razzy fingers over on the green machine. Yeah, man, I got a lot of work to do. Yeah, the filters are crazy. I only filter like a couple of things. The extreme things. So YouTube really is locking down, I'll just say. That was a little ranty, guys. I don't normally do that. Matt G out there in the chat doing Matt G things. Rooftop, what's up? CC, have you heard of our Lord and Savior mobile? Yes. Yeah, I have. Look, I always use some of the highest end synthetic oils I can get. And I know, marginal performance increase and longevity, but still, I like good stuff. Ruby Hoove, I hope you have an incredible day. You are lovely, and I appreciate your support. And say hi to Hoove. I know he's here, but say hi anyway. A DIY oil change stream. No, I think I've done enough. I've got more stuff coming up on the builds channel though, because as we get to the fall, I get to get back outside, start working up another greenhouse. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm going to resheet another one and clean it out. I'm going to do lots of fun things. This is going to be a good fall. One Punch Man Tolkien fan. How you doing? Up, NSFX F314 Sabretooth Raptors out the door. Be safe. Have a good day. Luke is here. Luke. I do. I like to do everything as much as I can myself. Skills are important, folks. You should have them. If you're going to drive a car, you should know how to change a tire. You should know how to, find and add water to a radiator. You should know. You should know that you don't put water into the oil. Oh, I'm seeing some stuff. I saw a video the other day where somebody had put windshield wiper fluid into their oil. It came out like blue, Oh, and it's really weird because the windshield wiper fluid is water and ammonia and a few other things for coloring. And can you imagine that going through your engine with oil? It made oil soup. Probably ruined it. You guys are on fire. Thank you for being here. Logan Stark's in the house. Good to see you. Spaceship Vampire. Oh, I thought we were wrapping things up. I was trying to. But you guys are on fire and I'm way behind. I used stevia for a while and then I stopped. I really found that I just didn't need anything sweet. Yeah. Yeah, high fructose corn syrup is not good for you. Here's a weird thing, and this is something that I truly believe in. We need an actual FDA. We do. We need an administrative arm of the government that actually makes sure that food's healthy and natural for you. They stopped doing that a long time ago. And you use an awful lot of energy to make high fructose corn syrup, which is a byproduct of some other things that they do. Why do you want that? It's not real sugar. It's really bad for you. It's overly processed. So there's that. Hey, Terry Rose is here. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, you're very welcome, Mac. You do great work. I got that Umbrella Guy comic book too yesterday. Awesome. Yeah, I need to go out to the box and check the packages. Oh, don't worry about it, Dave G Sound. We're good. Hey, Aurora, what's up? Aurora Uplinks here for 2 Culture Casino Cash. Good to see you, my friend. Drops a $2 Culture Cash. Star Wars could sure use a good video game with Star. We didn't get one. We did not get one. Have you seen that thing? Have you seen it? It's awful. Awful. I can't. So Jonas is trying to beat me to playing live on that gameplay. So game. So I think he's going to be playing Outlaws, and he'll probably do it because I went to go try to get Dustborn for a reasonable discounted price so I could do it, and then figured out that I couldn't actually get my game to do what I wanted it to do, to send sound where I wanted it to send, which is a bummer. So yeah, gonna have to figure out a way to maybe route it through Discord or something. I don't know. But and Staccato said something genius just a second ago. Let me see if I can get down there. Where did it go? Here it is. We need effective agencies across the board. 100% agree. Look, we have too much government and none of it's effective. We need effective, smaller government. And we need agencies that protect the people. If your job is to protect people, you don't greenlight something that has like a laundry list of side effects. If you want effective treatment for things, you make effective treatment for things. No, not something that works but has all these other problems attached to it. I mean, sometimes you're going to have to accept trade-offs. That's true. But things need to be... I just made my screen full screen. Things need to be thought out ahead of time. And clearly, we know that skipping the testing phase of anything, not bueno. Not bueno. Last question, Esquire. Dustborn is awful. Well, I was trying to figure out a way to do something and not have to play it forever. Bad game. Weatherman shoots me Culture Casino Cash. Thank you for that over on the Green Machine. Thank you. Good to see you. By the way, so if you're curious about my setup, I have a vertical monitor on the right here that is all the chats, so I can keep track of everything if it's not over here on the screen. That way, if I miss something or something comes in early, I can get back to you. But the curved monitor, this 52-incher, replaced two other monitors because I used to have a 3-monitor setup. And if you count the big screen television that's mounted on that wall, which I can plug in also, I oftentimes, if I'm going to game, I'm going to do it on that rather than on these, just because it's bigger and I can see. That's the setup anyway. I should probably take a picture of it sometime. Hey, Phantom Eric is here. What's up? I was watching on ScrewTube. Sorry. It's good to see you. I haven't seen Eric K in a minute. I'm going to have to call him. Miss that guy. No, I do not have Dustborn. I was considering it, but so here's the story. So yesterday I set up Steam again. Well, we got to get out of here. What am I doing? I set up Steam again a few days ago on my computer. Yesterday I went and tried to pull up some games on the computer, and I'd lost I had to reload Steam. This is a whole convoluted story, and that doesn't really matter. But I had to reload Steam, so then I had to set everything back up. So then it all got back here. All my save games returned. All the updates were being done. And I went to play Civilization, and I was going to do a test stream with that, but I could not get the audio from the game into the stream. That's frustrating. So I'll have to figure out a different way to go about doing it. When I do, I will play it over on I'll play games over on that part place. Outside of rerouting through what do you call it? A Discord or something. I don't know how else I'm going to be able to do it. I think Larry's out there in the world too. Larry, and Larry Wells is out there as well. All right, well, we're going to step out, folks. I really do appreciate all your support today. We had, again, just so much support, just such generosity. I'm gonna hit the chatter button one more time, and then I'm gonna have the troll throw me off a roof. So let's say that. So be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and stick around for the end and the redirect to that park place live. Thank you. See ya.
Oh, man. That's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Seriously, thank you all.
Why, hello there, random citizen.
Oh, hey there, little buddy. How's it going?
Have you subscribed to Culture Casino yet?
Well, No, I,
Friggin'
what? Oh!
These guys, I tell ya.
Oh!
Dang it, I missed. Why won't these guys just subscribe already?
That hurt.